My name is NADINE, and this is my son, James Cooper. I'm pleading with Metcalf, Greenville, Mississippi area. My son moved to Mississippi last May, and within 2 weeks, he was found dead hanging from a light bulb. Less than 2 weeks, they found him hanging from a light bulb.
Let's talk about real life issues, love and relationships. Let's have a good time with the missus. Let's talk about celebrities. Let's talk about current events. Let's talk about things you don't see on regular TV. So join in on PGT Time. PGT Time. Tune in on PGT Time. PGT Time. Come join us on PGT Time. PGT Time. Join us on PGT Time. PGT Time. Yeah.
In order for y'all to do what God is calling y'all to do, to take y'all platform to where it's a plateau and it can go to levels that you never seen, they'll best believe it's gonna come with devils.
You know what I'm saying? Every time I speak, I want to shiver. You know, I don't want them to be like they know what I'm going to say because it's polite. But I know if I keep talking about how dirty it is out here, somebody going to clean it up.
Warning. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
Hey, it's your girl, the missus with the kisses, baby. Mwah. What's good, y'all? What's good in your city? It's pretty good over here on my block. It's pretty good over here on my block, all right? But we have a show tonight. Jason, he will be coming up, but he's gonna be a little late. Yeah, he's gonna be a little late, but it's okay. He's still gonna pull on through. He's gonna pull on through. He is aware of the story tonight just as well. So hopefully he watching just as well. If he watching, hey Jason. But we do have a family for you all tonight. We have the mother of James Cooper on tonight. I talked to James Cooper mother, Nadine, Miss Nadine Hale. I talked to Nadine one time over the phone. And when I tell you this story is mind blowing, okay? It is mind blowing, unbelievable. She is here, her family is here just as well to break down some things to us, let us know what's going on. And we're going to go ahead and bring them up. Now, unfortunately, if you all are new to PGT Time, here on PGT Time, we talk about crime all over the United States. We have families that come up weekly to tell their loved one's story on how they was murdered through gun violence, domestic violence, the prison system, and even the police. We also do missing person cases just as well. And we are streaming on a total of 8 different platforms, baby. We are live on Roku TV under PGT Time Network. We are live on 3 Facebook pages, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. Okay. So shout out to everybody on those platforms. We love you so much. We thank you for coming. But unfortunately, like I was saying, I believe this case is trying to get pushed under the rug. We do not have any news broadcasting clips on this story. Not a one has been done. So if you come on my show a lot, you usually, will see news broadcasting clips, but there will not be no news broadcasting clips tonight. All right. So make sure y'all tune in tonight. Show support for this family, love on this family, and make sure you stick around to the end for the tribute, the beautiful tribute that I created for the family just as well. Let me turn my phone completely on silent. All right. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to share the video. Now is the time. Now is the time to go share and subscribe to PGT Time. Okay. Over there on YouTube. Download the app on Roku TV. Don't forget. Okay. All right, y'all. Well, let's go ahead and bring up the family for tonight. The family of James Cooper. Rest in peace to this young man. And also, we're gonna bring up Nadine. We're gonna bring up Nadine. We're gonna start with her. And here she is. Here she comes. There she go, baby. Hey, Miss Nadine, girl. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I am wonderful. I am wonderful. First and foremost, I want to say thank you, for trusting me with your son's story, coming on PGT Time, letting everybody know what's going on and bringing the awareness just as well. And our condolences over here from PGT Time, to your family just as well.
Thank you.
Definitely. So let us know who you got with you.
I have my daughter Jasmine.
Hi, Jasmine.
My son, Lewis.
Hi, Lewis.
And my daughter, Charlene.
Hi, Charlene. How are you? Just as well, Charlene.
I'm good.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Tell us a fond memory, just one fond memory amongst the four of you guys, that you can never ever forget about James.
Oh, when he put Jazz on the side of the couch.
Yes. We will never forget that.
They was wrestling and she got stuck in between the couch and the wall. That was the funniest thing ever.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Jazz, I know you didn't find that funny at all. Jazz, they used to do you wrong.
My little brother was my big brother that day.
Right.
And what about you, Mom? What's one of your fondest memories?
What happened?
I said, what about you, Mom? Nadine, what was one of your fondest memories? I know you got so many.
When he called me, text me, Mom, you got some money?
Oh Lord.
Ma,
that was a familiar thing.
Right, he always start out Ma. When he say Ma, I knew he wanted something.
You knew it was going down. You knew it was going down at that moment.
Exactly.
Now, how was James when he was in school? As far as grade wise, academic wise, just an all around, good kid in school, or how was it?
Social butterfly. Everybody loves him. Teachers and all.
Teachers and all. Wow, that's awesome.
He just got in trouble for sticking up for other people because he didn't want people to get bullied on. So he would, always stick up for somebody, and then I get the call that he got in trouble for somebody else.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Well, we do have other people to bring up just as well. We don't want to forget about them down there. But first, before I bring them up, I gotta bring up my co-host. I see he done pulled up on us. Nadine, he done pulled up on us. So let's bring Jason up on the block. What's up, Jason?
Hello. Hope all is well.
The neighborhood crime channel. Thank you. I see you looking all clean cut and everything. Up there.
Sometimes we gotta, yeah, thank you.
You're so welcome.
I appreciate that.
You guys so welcome. But yes, I'm so glad you pulled up on us. Jason is always here. It's very rare that Jason miss anything at all. So, but like I told you, I understand, and I'm so grateful that you're here with us.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. Now, Jason, we have Nadine Hill, and that's her family down there, her children, and they are here, like I told you before, due to James Cooper, who was murdered, is what we call it, but it was ruled suicide, and Nadine will tell us more about that just as well. But right now, we're just pulling everybody up. You know what
All
I'm
right.
saying? She brought her crew with her to support her and everything, so we're gonna pull them up. So the next person that we're gonna pull up is Kima. Hey, Kima.
Hello. Thank you for having me. My name is Kima Booker. I'm one of the investigators on the case.
All right, Kima. Thank you so much, just as well for pulling up on us just as well. And as you just said, you are an investigator on the case.
Yes. Yep, along with two other ladies.
Okay. And how long have you been an investigator? Since day one?
No, no, no. We are three individuals who saw some cases. Well, actually one of the ladies has been doing it for 20 some years. Another one for about 16 and me since about 2018. Um
All right. All
we
right.
yeah,
Congratulations.
and here we are.
Here we are. Well, I first and foremost would like to say thank you. We definitely need investigators out there to try to, solve a lot of these cases that's going on. And I know it takes a lot just as well. So I want to say thank you.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. Next, we're going to pull up Miss Bree. Hey,
Hello.
Bree.
Hi, how
Hello.
are you?
I am wonderful. How are you?
Good. Well,
Awesome.
my name is Bree, also an investigator on this case as well.
Awesome. Awesome. And how long have you been on the case?
I've been helping on this particular case for almost a year, maybe. Is that right, Kima? But as far as helping, advocating, and investigating in general, I've been doing it for right at about 16 years.
16 years. Wow. Well, thank you just as well, and congratulations just as well. Because I know this could not be easy at all to do something like this. I'm sure a lot of research is needed just as well. So thank you
Absolutely.
all. Thank you all for
Sure.
doing what you do. So let's go ahead and bring up Jazz. Now is Jazz there with you?
Yes, Jazz
Right
is with
here.
me. And
Okay,
Tia.
so I can leave her down there. And Tia, is Tia there with you?
No, she's there.
Okay. Tia, if you can hear me and you're watching, I'm gonna need you to come down and come back up again because it's showing that your device is not connected. Okay, she heard me. So we're just gonna she's gonna come back up. I'll be able to hear and see her when she comes up just as well. So let's go ahead and get started. Nadine, let's start with you. Let everybody know what brings you to PT time. Oh, here go Tia. Hold on before you get started. Hey Tia.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you very, very well. Thank
Okay.
you so much for coming up. And Tia, let everybody know your part in this whole case.
Okay. Well, my name is Tia, and I'm James. Well, one of James's sisters.
Okay. One of James's sisters. Okay.
Mhm.
Well, Tia, thank you so much for coming. Let us know one of your fond memories of James.
Um. Well, again, I do have so many, but most of my fondest memories just come from my brother. Pulling up on me, whether to get a plate, to get a black to smoke. He would always just kind of stop by because he was always on the road, but he'd pull up on me.
All right. Now, how far apart are you and James?
Um, 8 years.
8 years
No,
apart.
no, 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 no. He was born in 2000. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I, we're not.
Well, Nadine
We're
said, "Hey."
born. We're what? 5 years. 5, not 8.
About 5 years apart. Okay, okay.
No, I'm 28, y'all. Shh.
She said, I am 28. Let's get that right. That's what we gonna stick with. I'm 28. All right. Again, Thank you, Tia, for coming up on here on PGT Time. We are definitely about to go ahead and get started, and we're gonna start with Nadine. Nadine, let us know, what actually has been going on, and how did you get to this point, and how did you get here to PGT Time?
I'm here because I need help in getting my son's story out. Um, he was murdered May 8th. No, May 10th. Excuse me. Yeah, we found out May 10th that he was murdered. He went missing on May 8th. And I'm just here to bring awareness because, like you said, there's no news clippings. There's nothing out there. No one knows about it. So I'm just here to bring awareness to it.
Exactly, exactly. I want to read this. This is the only clipping that you was able to send me that was out there. And it says hanging death being investigated as suicide. According to the Chief Deputy Billy Barber, the Washington County Sheriff Department is investigating a Wednesday, May 10th death as a suicide. Around 9:22 a.m. that day, authorities found 23-year-old James Keon Cooper hanging from a tree in the 1000 block of Metcalf Road. The case is still under investigation, and stop I can't stop the talk that's going on Facebook, but we are investigating. Okay. And then this is the scene, correct, Nadine?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the scene. Um Now what I just read off said that he was hung from a tree, but um that's not accurate.
Right. It's not accurate. Um,
Okay.
he was hanging from, I guess, a light pole. Uh, it looked like a tree, but it was a light pole. I don't know how it worked out there, but it was a light pole.
Now was it one like this up here on the screen? That pole right there? Or is more of like a lamp light post?
It looked more like a tree.
It was one of those, but it had been so overgrown with vines and stuff that it looked like a tree
Um
from a distance, but it actually is that.
okay. 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 So Nadine, tell us, how did James get here? How did he get to Greenville, Mississippi? Where are you all from?
We're from Wisconsin, Milwaukee. Um, and how he got there is he was with he was living here in Wisconsin with a girlfriend, and I guess she had family down in Mississippi. She told him that she only had a few months to live, so he drove her down there. He came back to Wisconsin, packed his stuff up, and went down there to be with her. So that's how he ended up down there to support her.
Okay. So he went down there to support her. How long was he down there the first time when he went?
He just took her down. He just drove her down there and came right back the first
Okay,
time.
right back.
He went
Okay.
down there. Originally, she was just supposed to be staying down there. He was supposed to be staying up here. He started working and stuff, and then he just left. He didn't really tell nobody he was leaving.
Right. Yeah.
It was like a sporadic thing.
Right.
Okay.
Did you
Okay.
hear? Did you hear? Was you able to hear him?
We couldn't hear him all the way. Can you speak up a little bit louder?
No, like originally he had drove her down there, and then he had came back up here. Like they got into like another little dispute or whatever, and then he had moved back up here. And he was supposed to be staying up here in the house that they was originally in or whatever. But then within like a week of him working, he made him some money and stuff. And then next thing you know, he just left. Like he ain't tell nobody but me and Jamarcus like at the last second or whatever. And then it was like Jamarcus had second thoughts about even taking him taking him down there to the Greyhound station and stuff like that. He like, I don't know, bro. I don't know. You sure it is? It's not. Then it was like the next day or whatever. I get back. I'm like, where James at? He like, I took him to the Greyhound station, and I'm like, damn, you didn't even tell nobody you was leaving. And then it was like, all right. Then I talked to him like once or twice, I think.
And that was after he got back down there. You
Yeah.
talked to him a couple times.
Yeah.
Okay. And what was his vibe like when you talked to him those couple times once he got back?
It was like, I don't know. It was like, I ain't gonna say normal James, but it was like just the same like energy James been giving off. Like it was, how can you say it's like not like something bothering him, but like not like it's not
Something
like something one either type shit.
Okay.
Yeah, like you can tell, like you can tell like something wrong with a person, but they just don't want to talk about it or whatever.
Yeah.
Like hard to get a person to conversate and stuff like that because it's like you don't really talk about your problems. It's just like you just gotta know how to just keep going and keep going because it's like you feel like your problems don't matter. So it's like you just like just.
Yeah, I had talked to him like on the 7th, and he was fine. He told me he loved me and everything. Said he was fine.
And you didn't feel any type of way, like you felt like it was just the normal James, like everything was fine?
Me, yeah. I FaceTimed him. He was fine. He showed me the backyard, you know, was telling me it was big enough for the kids to play and stuff like that. So he seemed fine to me at that point.
Okay. So when he went back, he had a place to stay.
No, they were staying with his mother, with his girlfriend's mother or ex-mother.
Okay. Did they have plans on getting a place together?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because I talked to him on the 4th as well. He video chatted me through Facebook, and that was the first time telling me that he moved there. He was already there, but it was like 9 o'clock at night, so he was trying to show me the backyard and outside as well. He seemed pretty normal to me. I mean, I did have my feelings and reservations because he was already down there and I couldn't say anything like, why'd you leave or try to talk to him. But I just told him, I was happy for him. He told me he was supposed to be starting work in a few days. Me as a big sister, I was in his business, so I did ask, who you staying with, and he was just like, her people, but they are supposed to be getting a house soon. Um, I just hate that I lied to him. And I didn't tell him the truth about how I felt.
Now, go ahead.
No, I was just saying right, because I told him maybe that was the best move for him. You know what I mean? And I told him that.
It's okay.
He was intent on doing that. Like
This girl, his girlfriend, at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Did you all know of her very well? Was you all fond of her, or you guys just, didn't know too much?
I'm just being honest. Then nobody like her for real. Everybody like kind of after the first couple fights, he'd be like, "All right, that's enough of that. Y'all wrap it up." But it was like he didn't want to wrap it up.
Not even just that, just the person that she is in general. Like that, just her.
She was manipulative. Like
very manipulative. She was always disrespectful towards my mom. I feel like she lied to him a lot. Like had him thinking he had a kid. The kid was not his, and he always wanted a family, so he just kind of stuck it out with her. She left to Vegas to get married behind his back. She did a lot of stuff, so it was to the point where we didn't agree with it, but we kind of just let him deal with the relationship because we didn't want to make him feel a type of way. We just got to the point where it was like, can you just please not bring her around us? Like, if you're going to deal with it, that's fine, but just don't bring her to our houses. Like, just come by yourself, If you have the kids, fine, but as far as her, we were hands off of that.
Okay. Tia, and Bree, how much can you guys tell us as far as what you guys have found in the investigation? Or is there anything that you can tell us?
You mean Kima and Bree?
I'm sorry, Kima and Bree. Yeah, Kima and Bree. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
My apologies. Kima and Bree, you can come off of mute.
Okay, I'm here.
Okay.
We can talk about selective things. It's kind of how I'd have to put that. It's all contingent on maybe the questions that are asked about what we can and cannot say.
Okay. Okay, Jason, you want to start off by asking them some questions? I'm gonna bring Kima back up.
Can you hear me?
Man, just
Yes,
to
we
just
can
to
hear Kima.
Okay.
the thought of this is crazy. So first and foremost, I want to send my condolences out to you guys, and my heart goes out to you, the whole family, everyone that is in this situation, because it's a hard thing to understand when something happens like this to one of our loved ones. So my heart goes out to you guys. Um, as far as as a question goes, I mean, you guys are answering and showing light to the situation as it is, right? The sporadic, just leaving. I'm sorry.
I think that was your own echo.
Oh, okay. To the Can we speak to any more understanding of like the abrupt leaving to go back down south to get on the
Yes.
ground?
Yes. She kind of skimmed over that, and I think that's a hard thing for her to talk about. Is so James contacted his mother, Nadine, and told her. Let me go back to this, and let her know that he had been told by Brittany that the doctors had told her that she had 1 month to live because she had holes in her heart, and that they had to remove the baby that she was carrying. She had just found out she was pregnant, I think, like the week before. Um, and so James was devastated. He's thinking, she's dying. She has a month to live. They've taken the baby. There's no more baby. And so 2 days
Mm.
later is when he brought her down to Mississippi to be with her family, thinking again that these are her last days. So he brought her children and her down there. Um, and then he came back that day, and then he turned around and went back on the 28th. That was the 13th, and he went down to the 15th, and he turned around and went down there for the good on the 28th. It was pretty quick. It was all chaotic, you know,
Mhm.
and his family. We've read years of messages from Nadine to James, and they have a very close relationship. You could see that she was troubled by the things that this girlfriend had been saying to him. I mean, there have been false miscarriages, pretending she had a miscarriage, pretending that she was dying before. There's so many things that were just glaring flags. And you could see Nadine in all these messages not putting down the girlfriend, but letting him know, hey, these are kind of concerning. Are you sure this is what was really going on? And trying to kind of have him figure out that, hey, no, she didn't really have a miscarriage, or no, this isn't right. You could see it. So
Mm.
there's so many layers to this story,
Yes,
this
it
case,
is.
that it's insane, and you can't ignore all the lies that brought him down there. Whether she had a part of this or not, of what happened to him, bringing him down there on lies was how he got down there.
Okay. Okay. Um, were there any type of argument or anything that occurred when
So,
he last saw her?
so what we hear from the girlfriend and from the girlfriend's mother is that there was an argument about filling up the kiddie pool. And now this is at the point, this is where the stories start to differ between the mother and the girlfriend. But they both agree that there was a disagreement. One says it was heated, the other one says, oh, it wasn't heated at all. And then he walked out the back door, they're both saying, at about 1 o'clock on the 8th, which was a Monday. Now, it just becomes completely different. The girlfriend says that she searched for James, that she messaged him, she actually said that she told 2 people that she had contact with Nadine, and that Nadine said that James had contacted her saying that he was by water with his duffel bag in a wooded area and he was going to kill himself. Well, that was completely not true. Brittany never spoke to Nadine, and James absolutely did not contact Nadine and say anything like that. The last time that Nadine spoke to her son was through Messenger the night before, and his last words were to his mom was that he loved her.
So she lied and said that Nadine told her this information,
Yes,
that he
yes,
was down by the water with the duffel bag.
yes. And she said that to 2 different people on the 9th, the day before they found James by water in a wooded area.
Now, was she questioned by the police and the detectives?
She was questioned. So when it was her mom and 2 other ladies that found James, and then her mother and the pastor called the girlfriend, and the girlfriend was supposedly in Memphis, Tennessee, 2.5 hours away. So then she
Wow.
supposedly drove back and went to the sheriff's office, and at that point was questioned.
So she went looking for him in Memphis?
Exactly.
Because she just had said that she went out looking for him. How
Well,
she get all the way to Memphis?
yeah, she says that she was looking for him Monday night. However, other people are saying no, she left for Memphis, and she left after that argument and never came back.
Wow.
She says that she spent the night at her mom's house on Monday, but her mom says no, she never came back after
After
leaving
the
right after
argument.
the argument.
Whew, that's a lot. Bree,
Yeah.
what was some of your findings that you can discuss?
I am sorry. If I can tap back in with you in just 1 second, I have a small issue here with my daughter. I will be
Okay.
right back on.
Okay. No problem at all. No problem at all. Um, so where do we go from here at this point?
The family really needs media attention, and they need money for an attorney,
Hmm.
and need people to sign the petition so that they can get a thorough investigation from people outside of Greenville Metcalf area.
Okay. Um, why haven't any news broadcasts came about Kima? Are you aware of that? Why?
Well, in the South, they're really trying to brush this under the rug, like you said, and thankfully, people like you are not going to let that happen. Uh,
No, not at all. Not at
If I
all.
can tap in with Kima, I'm sorry, I'm back. About why there isn't news coverage. They're also saying that being that in the South, that they're in the Bible Belt, that they do not like discussing suicide as how, since they labeled it as that. So that's why they will not discuss it. It was kind of like it was mentioned and now it's gone, even though this wasn't a suicide. But they like to try to cover things up to still look really peaceful and like make it look like things like that do not take place in the South.
Exactly. Exactly. Now I see one of the people in the comments is asking, how long ago was this?
It happened May 10th.
of 2023.
May 10th of 2023 that this occurred to this young man. Nadine, do you hear from the girlfriend?
No, I don't.
No.
Hmm. Yeah, well, just in her little comment sections, but I don't pay that no mind. But I don't hear from her. Like I said, I care not to. I'm gonna say this: I'm not accusing anyone. I just have questions as to if you knew my son didn't do it. Well, I'm not even gonna say that. Why would you go to Memphis and and knowing he don't know nobody there? He didn't know a soul but you and your mother, and you decide, okay, well he's missing, so I'm gonna go to Memphis instead of staying there and help look for my son.
Exactly.
You didn't call me the whole 2 days. Then I get a call from you that morning on the 10th. So I mean, like I said, I'm just not accusing anyone. I just want to know. And
You
if
just
you're innocent, you would be down here trying to figure out what happened to your so-called baby daddy.
exactly.
And
Uh,
her mom was searching for him. She
say
kept
that
asking.
again.
So when the girlfriend's mother was she was searching for James. She says she was searching for James from the moment that he left. Well, a couple hours after he left until she found him. She says that she asked her daughter over and over and over for Nadine's information. And that's when the daughter had told her that she spoke to Nadine because she would not give anyone Nadine's phone number.
She
Even
just sound a little suspect.
even when the mother and the pastor and Britain and the girlfriend, she said her name publicly so we can say it, but we just try not to. But um, even when they found James, she would not give her mother Nadine's phone number, but the pastor finally did get it from her. Why? It doesn't make any sense. If you had nothing to do with this,
Exactly.
If she
Exactly.
had nothing to do with it, I also feel like she would be hands on deck helping us resolve this issue since she said she loved him so much and she's supposed to be the mother of his child. Like you would actually be helping us, not pulling against us. Because that's what
Exactly.
I feel like that's what she's doing. She should definitely want to give his family a peace of mind and clear her name. And again, we're not saying she did this, but you would definitely want to clear your name from being a suspect or leaving anybody's mind open that you had a part of doing something to him. She should just be willing to help us, and she's not. And that's a very odd thing to me.
I agree. And it's a big red flag that she just up and left and went to Memphis instead of staying there helping looking for him.
Right,
When they found him, she should have been right there front and center. They
right,
should have been contacting her because she's there, saying, hey, we found him. This is where we are. Can we come speak to you? Something,
right.
And once they found out that she was gone, they definitely should have been on her right away. And to me, I feel like they need to keep an eye on her. So the case is open at this time.
It is not open. We are trying to get it reopened. They have ruled it a suicide, so to them that this is a done deal.
Wow.
but they won't technically close it. If I'm not mistaken, they won't actually technically close it until they give us back his iPad. But they are not going to investigate. So it's kind of tricky. They're leaving it open,
But
but they're
not
not going to investigate.
investigating.
So I just wanted to, like you were saying, like they weren't trying to give back his tablets or anything. Like as far as the investigators that are on the case, when I first talked to them and said it was a suicide, he told me that my brother had fell from something and the impact caused him to break his neck. Now, um, we did end up getting him cremated after like they said that we couldn't do a proper funeral for him because his body was too badly decayed. Now, when it came down to it, after he was cremated, I'm kind of skipping over stuff, but after he was cremated, we talked to the investigator again, and then he kind of just told us that he cannot confirm or deny if my brother's neck was broken, and that they're just going to say it's a suicide. They don't know. He can't confirm or deny. So I just kind of feel like them telling us that we had to cremate my brother was kind of just their way of covering it up. We can't go back to see. We can't, exhume the body to see like what actually went on. They took care of everything. They did everything, and just kind of pressed my mom. They kind of pressured her to cremate him.
Down there.
Yes, down there. He did not come here until after everything was over. To after they cremated him, we didn't know too much of anything.
Yeah,
And also, the coroner.
I'm sorry. Go on.
Oh, and the coroner, they also didn't want to give the coroner my mom's number. She had his body for 8 days. Nobody wanted to give her my mom's number. My mom ended up having to reach out to her. Now, mind you, we talked to the investigators multiple times, and they still didn't even give the coroner my mom's number.
The police department, not our investigators.
No, I'm sorry, not the investigators. The investigators on the case, they're the detectives. Well, he called himself investigator, sorry. But yes, the detectives on the case there, he did not want to give the coroner my mom's number either. And we were in contact with him. So I'm not understanding why no one was able to reach out to us at all for over a week.
Wow.
They couldn't confirm that his neck was broken because they only had a visual autopsy. So they didn't know if his neck was broken.
I'm still trying to figure out, right?
Yeah,
Like,
I'm a little confused. But go ahead.
So you're telling me that it was off of one of the light poles or electric poles that has a generator on it.
Mm-hmm.
That pole is about a good 20 feet in the air. How do you single-handedly do that by yourself? That don't make sense.
Even the coroner at the scene said she didn't know how it was possible.
It's not possible. It's not. Right? So that's interesting.
Yeah, especially when you got zip ties on your fingers.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he did have the zip ties on his fingers. But they're saying that he broke his neck.
They just said that. They have no proof of that.
Yeah, that's what she was originally told.
When I talked to him, I was told this from the detective when I first talked to him. He just was like, well, whatever he fell from, like whatever he jumped from, they tried to make it seem like he jumped from something. There was nothing at the scene that my brother could have possibly jumped from, climbed on to get up there. But they said whatever he had jumped from, the impact of it, he broke his neck before he made it to the ground. And that's how they said that they were trying to say that he died. Now, after the cremation, he's like, well, I can't confirm or deny that happened. And he kind of just brushed us off. It's been hard getting in contact with this man, hard getting a call back, anything. He just kind of brushed it off and that's a suicide.
I mean, but if he failed, if he was already up there and he was alive and he fell off and broke his neck, how he get back up there to be found hung on the lamppost? You can't go back up there with your neck broke.
No.
And if he's up there already,
honestly, from the people that's like actually seen his body, like the 2 people that went down there and like visibly viewed his body, I'm like, they honestly didn't feel like his neck was broke. That's why I was like, it's here nor there, and it's
right.
Like
he wasn't actually.
He was sitting down.
I'm like, he was literally sitting just like I was, basically with his hands like this. So I'm like, how can you snap your neck and you sitting down?
Yeah, he was sitting down.
If you had enough room to stand up, how can you snap your neck? I'm like, your feet or your legs was broke, that would have been different. But your neck, that don't make sense.
So he was never actually hanging. He was just seated by this pole with these cords around him.
The cord was basically holding him up type like.
Yes. Yep.
Lord Jesus. This don't sound right at all whatsoever.
His body was in good condition.
Right. And there's a lot of foul play in this whole story, and nothing that was told to the family, nothing that we've seen supports that. Any of the details that they gave them about his neck being broke or anything.
Mm-mm. And an autopsy wasn't done, right? Because they did a cremation quickly.
They did a
Maybe.
visual autopsy, so they just looked. It was not a complete autopsy. No, not at all.
Okay. Okay. Belinda said nothing makes sense at all. Lauren said, no, don't sound like they did no personal autopsy to me. And the autopsy that was done should have been in more detail. Benny said the cord was keeping him from falling to the ground.
That's James' dad.
Benny is?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Benny, for coming up tonight. If you want to come up, let us know. Let me know in the chat, and I can send you the link so that you could come on up. My husband said, sounds like a cover up to me. Sounds like a cover up. Bree, what is the next step that you guys, as far as the investigators, are going to do from this point on? Do we just wait for these petitions to be signed? Like,
We
wasn't it?
definitely need the petition signed. That is a huge thing. We as investigators will continue on our end to look into further details. Media support is definitely needed. They definitely need donations to their GoFundMe. An attorney is really our next move. They need an attorney back. We need someone to stand up and represent the family to help us get justice in this case, to press to get the sheriff's office to start reinvestigating. Although it's not closed technically, we need that help. They have to get an attorney.
Okay. Now I did tell Nadine that there was an attorney that I will be reaching out to just as well. I did reach out to him, but we are waiting. I'm waiting for a couple more things from him just as well.
That'd be
So
great. The attorney can help turn things completely around to subpoena a lot of things that are needed for them. And there's also going to be kind of a time limit on certain things for the family. So we really need this to kind of we need to get ahead of it now so that we can get the results that they need before time runs out.
exactly. If you could definitely send that to me just as well, the petition, so that we can get it signed over here on our side. Okay. Let me see. So is there a way, Nadine, that you can send me, because I'm looking for it. It's a lot of James Coopers out there for the GoFundMe. Can you send me the GoFundMe to my messenger so I can show it on the show just as well, so we could get people to donate?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, thank you so much. We're gonna go ahead and get into our Wednesday night commercial break, and when we come back, we got a few more questions on this case just as well. So here we go.
Having computer issues? Can't find a nearby computer store or tech? No need to worry, Computer Tech is a computer repair mobile service. Not in Georgia, no need to worry, Computer Tech can remote into your computer as well. Prices are starting as low as $40. Services are virus removal, data recovery, data transfer, hardware installation, software installation, computer tune-up, laptop and desktop, home and online. Contact 404-405-8515 and ask for Tony, and don't forget to tell them Ms. Peachy sent you.
Hey y'all, it's your girl, the missus with the kisses, baby. Mwah. Thank y'all so much for joining me and Jason tonight. Thank you. And if we got a special guest, Thank you, special guest. I thank you for coming and sharing your story. But y'all make sure y'all watch us each and every Wednesday, okay? Each and every Wednesday, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Where you said? You said where? Roku TV, Facebook, YouTube, and also Twitch, baby. Twitch. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, Peachy Tea Time spelled with a Y. And make sure you also follow me on all the other platforms just as well. Thank you so much for joining us each and every Wednesday, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Back to the show we go, baby. We going back. Bye. All right. So this is the GoFundMe, everybody. This is the GoFundMe. We're gonna go ahead and leave that up for a little while tonight, just as well. But we still got some more questions in the chat. Carmen said, how long had he been missing since they said he was so badly decomposed?
2 days. But he wasn't badly decomposed at all.
Okay. Tia said, yep, he was only missing 2 days, but the improperly stored his body. I think on purpose. Wow. I know you, Nadine, like you said, you don't want to, pinpoint and say, hey, this person did, that person did it. But if you had any idea of what could have possibly went wrong, of course, everything is allegedly, but if you had any idea as a mother, like what could have possibly went wrong that goes through your head, that plays back in your head?
All I know is my son didn't do it. I just know that for a fact.
Exactly. Is Tia still on here? No. Oh, there she go down there. Tia. Now I can hear you, Tia.
Okay.
Tia, as a sister, what do you think could have possibly went wrong that day? I mean, nothing causes for this to happen, but what do you think could have possibly went wrong?
Honestly, and like you said, it's just speculation, but I do have a theory that because of the way that she supposedly set him up to get down there, she might have riled up her family with the same lie so that they came up with this convoluted plan to get him down there, of course, away from us. Let me emphasize that because he didn't tell us until he left. And that's because he knew we were going to try to talk him out of it. So that should speak a little bit towards their relationship. Somehow, with the help of whoever the mother might have had connections with, they concocted this plan. And it had to been set up from the beginning because it wasn't enough time. He was there less than 2 weeks, so it happened fast.
Just like that. Wow. Now, have anybody speaking to any neighbors or anything? Bree and Kima that was out there in that area? I mean, it looked like we didn't see any houses nearby, but did anybody see anything?
And we have had people that have given tips and clues and have said certain things, but as far as it's actually been able to knock doors and talk to the neighbors directly, that is not something we have been able to do at this time. But we do have some leads with different people that are willing to give up information and things they do know.
Okay. Will you all be going to Mississippi, to Greenville, to check out things down there? Do any protesting, anything like that? Because, like I said at the beginning, it seems like they're trying to push this under the rug. Like they don't want nobody to find out that this should have been nationwide news. Everybody should have known about this. And I'm just being honest. Every platform, every news station, CNN, all of them, Good Morning America, all of them should have been reporting on this. If they could report that Cardi B and her husband getting into it and all that stuff, there's something that's I think is way, way more important than that mess.
They reported that it was a suicide the very next day. So that's why there wasn't media, is because they're not going to talk about suicide. And that's what the police said, is they're investigating it as a suicide. Day 2.
Wow. Wow. I know it could feel like you're stuck right now, Nadine. But don't give up. Don't give up. Don't quit fighting for your son. Something got to come about. Somebody knows something. At the end of the day, somebody knows something. And somebody's gonna crack. And somebody's gonna tell it. Well, over here at PGT Time, we call it pillow talking. Somebody gonna tell somebody.
Right.
And that somebody is gonna come out and they gonna tell it all. They're gonna tell it all in due time. In due time. So we do have a tribute that we would like to play for you here on PGT Time. Just a keepsake gift from us, to your family. And I will be sending it to you right after the show. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. Here we go.
Would you know my name if I saw you in heaven? Would it be the same if I saw you in heaven? Oh, I must be strong and carry on, 'cause I know I don't belong here in heaven. Would you hold my hand if I saw you in heaven? Would you help me stand if I saw you in heaven? I'll find my way through night and day, 'cause I know I just can't stay here in heaven. Oh, here in heaven. Oh, 'cause I don't belong here in heaven.
All right. Those are hard times when we play those videos. But we have a purpose for playing them. We have a purpose for making them sad. We want them to be sad. We want you to cry. We want you to shed tears. We want you to think about that night when he was pillow talking to you. And we want you to walk on down or call the police and tell them what you heard. That's the purpose. The purpose is for the killers to look at this and be like, dang, I wish I would have never did this. I wish I could make it right, but I can't. But you can. All you gotta do is say something.
Yep.
Tell on yourself. You was big bad enough to do it. So be big bad enough to go ahead, admit you did it, and give this family some closure. Because this gotta be a hurtful thing for a family to literally feel like they have nowhere to go at this point. Jason, I know you got something to say.
Oh man, you took most of it right out of my brain. You know, it's hurtful, right? To know that your last call was with your son. You know, it's hurtful to know that family members, you know, wanted the best for him, and they couldn't really just say anything. It's hurtful, right? Like hearing this story right now, I've been through it. You know, I think a lot of us have been through it. I think a lot of us has told a friend, a associate, a brother, a cousin, like, don't go there, don't talk to her, leave her alone, leave him alone. You know,
Exactly.
like, I love you, like, you know, we want the best for you. And then it's just something in them that pushes them to like want to live life, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with that. But when someone's a manipulator and someone is out of pure evil, which is what it sounds like, you know, this person is, you know, did this to
Exactly.
this young man, right? Manipulated and had, you know, the veil over his eyes for the most part. Led him to a early demise, which is very sad.
I agree. We're
Don't
gonna
beat
go ahead and
yourselves
pray
up,
for the family.
right? Don't beat yourselves up. I think I heard Miss Tia say something. I think I heard, you know, a few others speak to the fact of like, I wish I shouldn't have, or I should have, or things of that nature. I mean, you did what you could at the moment. You did your best that you could at the moment.
Exactly.
And I want you to be able to like sit and really understand, like, sometimes the paths are the paths, and it's not much that we can, as individuals, as people of flesh of this world, can do about it, unless you'd have held them down. That's about it. You know,
And
some
it
things
seems
are
like
just
y'all
made up.
did that.
Right.
You guys
So
definitely held them down. You did all you could do. You did all that you can do. And Nadine, please, please, please don't feel bad as far as this was something that there was something you could have done. You did your job as a mother. You raised him in this horrible, horrible world that we living in, and he became an adult. You did your part. You definitely did your part. Tia said, "Man, it's hard to let that go. I hate that I lied." She said she hated that she lied, Jason, as far
yeah,
as how she felt.
yeah, and that's why now we look to say, community, help us, right? Community, spread the word on finding who did this. Don't let this Southern Bible Belt city get away with murder, right? Whether it's the young lady that was a part of it, whether it's the failure to the police department, the people that handled the paperwork, all the way down to the person of in the coroner's office, right? The secretaries and the coroners, are everyone is in trouble for this. Everyone is held responsible for this besides the family. The family, no. You guys are okay. God knows your heart. God knows what was best. But everyone else that dropped the ball on this, that pushed this through too soon, or didn't want to deal with it because of and what it didn't look like, they need to pay for that. You know what I mean? So we call on the community to say, push this as much as possible. Get it out in front of many people as possible. Talk about it to friends, talk about it to coworkers. You know, instead of talking about LeBron James and the game he lost, talk about this young man, James Cooper. People
Exactly.
gonna ask, well, who is he? Oh, you ain't hear about that story, man? Man, it's crazy. Talk about it, right? So
And
then
share
that
the
way
video.
it can get the daylight, and they can get the closure that they need, and they can get the correct verdict that they need. Because right now, everything is sitting on lies. And if it's left up to the police office or the police people, we already see what's happening. They're going to try to cover it up as much as possible. There, there's no way. There's no way that
There's no way.
no way that he can commit suicide. I don't see it in it with the details that has been given to us thus far. There's no way that there's a possible way of suicide. It does suck after hearing that the body has been cremated. This is going to be a tougher fight. However, it's still going to be one that is a very winnable one. So We just got to all come together.
Dad said this one right
Hurt the
here hurt the
community.
community.
Absolutely.
It hurt the community.
Absolutely.
We've all heard that Mississippi, two places that I've heard of is that you don't want to go to jail in and you just don't want to really walk around like that is Mississippi and Texas. Texas, you don't want to go to jail. Mississippi, you just don't even want to walk up and down the street. You
Well, there's
know.
a lot of places in Mississippi and in that Bible Belt area that are still sundown towns. Like, you know what I mean? And in
Exactly.
Georgia, that whole all that area, it's tough. So, but that again, if we come together, we can change those things, right? The community can come together and change those things. But if it's in the community that he's not even a part of, you know, that's going to be tough, real tough. But
That's
nonetheless,
the
we should
hard
still
part.
fight.
That's the hard part because he had just moved down there. Nadine, you said he didn't know anyone, correct?
Just her and her people.
Just
Yeah.
her and her people. And her and her people ain't trying to speak up and say anything at this point.
No.
Wow. Yeah, we definitely got to pray for this family. We got to pray for this family. We got to try to find justice. Kima and Bree, if you guys can get my email address from Nadine. Well, actually, you guys should have my email address because I sent you the link. Send me over a petition so that we can, get our viewers and, of course, me and Jason and my husband to sign this petition so we can get some things going. And also, you guys, don't forget, we need y'all to give to the GoFundMe. Give to the GoFundMe. This will help with attorney fees because attorney is definitely needed. If there is an attorney that's watching right now, if there is an attorney that's watching right now that is able to take on this case, this happened in Greenville, Mississippi. You guys have heard the story. So someone needs to take this case. We need you guys to share this video. Share so your family and friends can see this video. If this video can get to CNN, the platforms that got really, really high following bases, maybe a change can come. Maybe a full-on investigation could be done at this point, you know? So let's go ahead and see what we can do. There was another question. Mama Peach said, who agreed to have his body cremated?
I didn't hear you.
Mama Peach said, who agreed to have his body cremated?
The mortuary. They said they couldn't embalm his body because he was deteriorating too bad. They said that they would have to mummify him, and still, if he would have been brought back, I still wouldn't be able to see my son's body.
After 2 days?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, they said after 2 days.
No, after how he was stored, because I seen his body, it was fine. Even the coroner said he was fine. He looked good. He looked like him. But when they got him, they said,
they lied.
Take your time. Take your time.
Yeah, they lied.
Basically, that's what happened. They didn't store his body properly, so they started to allow it to deteriorate. And we seen like the pictures and whatnot. So his body was not at the time for the pictures that we seen. His body was not in a state where he couldn't have been sent back home. I do believe that they needed the family to make that agreement so that they could cremate him, so that they could cover up all of what's gone on. It definitely, I don't believe that it was a situation where he had to be cremated. They just wanted to make it seem that way. That way they feel like if it's covered and his body's gone, there's nothing anybody could ever come back for.
At that moment, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Again, this is a story on a city that is truly, truly, truly trying to push this under the rug. and they don't want an investigation done. James' father said it hurts my soul every day that we couldn't get him back. He said, I can't imagine seeing that, Benny. Man, that's too tough for me. Yeah, Benny said, which is James' father, said he seen him last before the cremation and it was really bad. Wow. Well, again, our prayers are with you all. Um, if there's any other resources that we can help with on our end, Nadine, you have my number and my information. Please, please, please reach out to me. I will be, asking the gentleman about, representing your case and everything. So once I hear back from him, I'll get you in contact with them just as well. Jasmine said, thank you everyone for tuning in. Definitely thank you for tuning in, everybody.
Yep.
Thank you.
So I just dropped the petition inside of the chat. So everyone that is watching, everyone that can go back, and when you do watch this, the petition dropped at 9:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or excuse me, Central Standard Time, 10:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and from there you will be able to sign that petition to continue helping us, have our due diligence in this process for James. So that link for the GoFundMe will be dropping here relatively soon as well. So what this one here is for the petition. If you guys can, please sign it. Everyone that's in the chat, please share and sign it. This is the first start. This is the multiple steps of many.
Exactly. Exactly. And we got to start somewhere. We got to start somewhere. That's the most important thing, is starting somewhere. Okay, y'all. So let's start with that. I will be putting the link to the GoFundMe on my page. Jason's gonna put it on his page. If y'all could please donate, it's very, very important. A lot of people, they do these GoFundMes for things that's not really necessary, but they go ahead and they do it anyways. This is something that's necessary. This is something that's really, really needed. We got to help our own community out. If they ain't gonna do their job, that's where we come in at, and we do our job. So please make sure you look for the link for the petition, which is up on the screen. Correct, Jason?
That's
This is
correct.
the link. This is the link for the petition, and we will be putting the link in for the GoFundMe. As of right now, you can see it on the screen. You could type in help with James attorney fees GoFundMe. You could type in Nadine's name, Nadine Hale. The information will pop up, and plus we will have it on my page just as well. So again, Nadine and family, Bree and Kima, thank you so, so, so much for joining us tonight. Is there anything that you guys would like to say before we end the broadcast? Except for Nadine, because Nadine, I want her to say something different. But Bree and Kima, let's start with you two ladies. Is there anything that you want to say before we end the broadcast?
I just want to say, you're saying thank you to us, but thank you to you for putting this
Mhm.
out there in the media, because that's what they really need. So
Thank you. Thank you
And
so
I
much.
second that as well. They need help. And I mean, I can't stress it enough that we really need the petition, and they really need that GoFundMe supported so that they can get the proper representation for James.
Exactly. Exactly. But we're definitely gonna see what we can do over here on our end with Peachy Tea Time. Tia, is there anything that you would like to say before we end the broadcast?
Well, I kind of want to thank you guys for doing this for my brother. But I hate doing these. I hate doing this so much. I hate that we gotta go through this. I thank everybody that does help, but man, it's just no matter how many I join, I hate doing this. It's
I
just
know. It seems unreal, for a family to come on here, Y'all was just talking on the phone, just kicking it, had got plenty of memories and everything. But to literally be sitting here on the platform talking about his murder, his death, it gotta be hard to you. It gotta be hard,
It
you
is.
know. And that's why I definitely thank you, for putting the fear aside and saying, you know what, this for my brother, and I gotta do this. Don't stop, Tia. Don't stop. It's gonna get harder and harder and harder. But it got to be out there. It got to be put out there.
Can't stop. I'm literally obsessed. I won't. So as hard as it is, as much as I cry, mad as I get, I'm hearing every single last one of them crying and irritated. But I'm here and I'm gonna keep being here.
Exactly. Exactly. Um, Nadine, your other two children that's there with you, Jasmine, and I can't think of your son's name. That you
Louis.
said, Lewis. Yes. Do you two want to say anything before your mom speak? Before we end the broadcast?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you for trying to get his story out. I just feel like with my daughter, like she's only 11 months. My brother met her one time. I just feel like we were around from that time, those memories. He couldn't wait for me to have a kid. I don't have any pictures of them. My daughter would never remember her uncle, and he was so important to the family. So it's real hard knowing that she won't have that time with him.
Exactly. But you make sure you tell her about him as she grow up. Make sure you continue to show pictures of him to her, and just speak to her all the time about him and how you and his special bond was.
He was so
Okay?
my birthday loved her, but
Exactly. And you, Lewis, anything you want to say before we end the broadcast?
no.
Well, we praying for you, brother. We praying for you. Um, I know as a brother, and I have a brother, but I know when you have that special bond, and as a man, sometimes you want to just go out and just do something. You know what I'm saying? You want to get back, but in a situation like this, you don't know where to begin or where to go or where to start. But I tell you one thing, prayer sure works. It definitely works. Just continue to pray and ask God to, give y'all the justice that y'all need and deserve just as well so you could get the closure. Now, Nadine, you are the last one to speak because you are the queen, baby. You are the mama of the bunch and of your son, James. Um, please, please, please talk to the folks that's out there watching. Um, let every mother know that's out there dealing with, losing a child and everything. Um, let everybody know how you're dealing with it at this time, and that basically is hard no matter which way it goes, and how you're dealing with it and getting through it.
Prayer. Uh, pray every day. Gotta keep pushing. I say like a year or two before my son passed, something was always bothering me. And I just used to pray like, God, whatever it is, prepare me for whatever it is. It was like every day it was like a dark cloud was over me. And I'm like, God, whatever it is, prepare me for it. And I
Mm,
think this is what he was preparing me for. Because I really haven't broke down yet. Because it's like I gotta keep pushing no matter what. I mean, I cry here and there, but until I get justice, I really haven't broke down. And I can't break down. And I can't stop. You could ask my investigators. I'm every day.
I'm on it every day. I be sick. I'm here. I'm doing what I have to do to get justice for my son. And I just want to say to other mothers and fathers out there, just keep pushing and don't give up. Just keep pushing.
Exactly. That was well said, Nadine. That was well said. We definitely, like I told you, gonna do our part on our end, get that petition signed. Um, and we're gonna continue to pray for you. If you guys have any updates, please let me know. If you feel like you need to come back on here just as well, let me know. Our doors over here at Peachy Tea Time is always open for you and your family. The investigators just as well. If there's other families that you guys want to bring on, Bree and Kima, feel free to reach out to me and let me know. But this is what Peachy Tea Time is about, keeping these names alive, spreading the awareness, and start the healing process all in one. So again, thank you all so much. Nadine, thank you for trusting me with James' story just as well. If y'all can please just hold on just for like 2-3 seconds after I end the broadcast. There is something that I just want to say to you all. But I'm gonna go ahead and bring you guys down. Again, you'll be able to still hear everything that's going on. Y'all, thank y'all so much for joining me and Jason tonight. I know Wednesdays be hard to get through when we have the families on here, but I really, really appreciate you all for showing the support, because that's what this all about. They need the support. They need y'all to share these videos. They need y'all to know about these videos, because if you're waiting on your news, baby, you might not find it. You're gonna have to come over here to the neighborhood news channel up over here, okay? So let's read these last bit of comments, Jason. Mama P said, Heavenly Father, please give this family strength and help them find justice for their loved one in the mighty name of Jesus. And then James' father said, I pray sooner or later this touches the right person to help us get the closure we need. Amen. Tia said, love you, Louis. ABC 412, thank you for coming. He said, my deepest condolences for the entire HALE family. And Jason Father said, I'm so proud of you, Nadine, for the efforts you have been doing. Keep pushing. Amen. Amen. Nadine, you are a brilliant, brilliant, brilliant lady. I know it's hard, honey. I know it's hard, but keep pushing, keep fighting. And again, if you need me for anything at all, just reach out, and me and Jason and my husband Poolie will be on the way. Okay. So we at the end, Jason.
Yeah.
Jason, we at the end. We at the end. We at the end. Jason, thank you so much for coming, pulling on up on us just as well. And to everybody else, I'll see y'all on Friday. We will see y'all on Friday, and you all have a good night. Here we go.
Hey, here we are, back to the beginning. I feel like we finished. You feel like I'm tripping. I let you in before, so now you wanna know the difference. You got a baby boy now, how you get in? And I don't really feel a way about it, though I had to find out the way I did. You think it didn't matter when it did, like you didn't use every room in the crib, yeah. The apartment where my ex did live. We was young when we met. I said what I meant. You could have said anything to stop me, but you didn't, so I left. And we never got right. You a psychopath, but I was still right. You take me high, I let you slide through. Then I don't hear from you for a year or two. Lately you've been acting like you hate me. You don't wanna rush right into dating, but it's been 9 years, why you faking? I get it if you want them in relations for the sake of your creation.
Peachy Tea Time is for the culture. If you or someone you know that has dealt with the death of a loved one due to gun violence, domestic violence, the prison system, or even by the police, Peachy Tea Time also provides a platform for missing person cases as well as wrongfully imprisoned inmates. Please like and share this video to get the word out, so the families can get their loved ones' stories out. Email peachyteatime at peachyteatime@gmail.com. You can also DM, inbox, or text to 470-620-9916. Thanks for watching.
Return, please return. Please return, please return, please return.